Hey guys, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about Romans chapter 14, verse 19. Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and to mutual edification. Romans 14:19. Now to figure out what this verse means, I think it's time we start with the trickiest word. And on syllables alone, the hardest word in this verse has to be edification. We haven't done any suffix analysis in a while, but I would say a 5-syllable word, edification, is a good reason to bring it back. The word edification can be broken down into 3 pieces: edif, ik, and ation. When a word ends with ation, it means that you're going to do something. And ik means having to do with. So far, we're doing something that has to do with edif. And edif comes from the word edify. But what does edify mean? Well, edify means being kind and helpful to other people. So when you put it all together, edification means doing things that have to do with being kind and helpful to others. So we know that edification is like kindness. But the verse says mutual edification. Mutual is a describing word, like blue ball or happy face. So what is mutual edification? I can give you an example. You may not know this, but I love ice cream. You know who else loves ice cream? Walruses, exactly. You would say we have a mutual love for ice cream, meaning we both love it. Mutual means something goes both ways. I love ice cream, and the walrus loves ice cream too. In the case of this verse, mutual edification is referring to kindness. You treat people with kindness, and they treat you with kindness too. The kindness goes both ways. Now, what about the word peace? Peace means getting along with other people. So God is saying, let us, the people that have faith in God, let us therefore make every effort, which means working very hard. So let the people who have faith in God work very hard to do what leads us to peace and mutual edification. Or let us work hard to get along and be kind and helpful to each other. Someone explained it to me like this. Imagine everyone in the world carries a bucket with them. And inside that bucket, they carry all of their joy. Joy's like happiness, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, you carry around your bucket, and every good and happy thing that happens in your life goes into the bucket. Every kind thing you do for someone goes into their bucket, and every kind thing they do for you goes into yours. But in the same way, every unkind thing you say or do to a person takes away from their joy. So God asks us to be kind and fill up other people's buckets of joy. Like I said before, joy is kind of like happiness, but bigger. See, every one of those things that goes into your bucket make you happy. You only feel happy when good things happen. But what if you went for a day or a week without getting any more happy things in your bucket? Well, you might not feel very happy. But joy is remembering that you have a bucket full of happy things, even if you haven't gotten any new ones in a while. But that's a discussion for another day. So God is telling us that we must work hard to get along with each other and be kind. But what about the word therefore? Another way to say this would be, because of what I just told you, let us work hard to get along with each other and be kind. If you remember, Romans is a letter that Paul wrote to the church in Rome. So what had he just been saying to them? It turns out that the church people he was writing to were not getting along very well at all. They had basically made 2 teams, and both teams wanted to have things their own way, and so they were arguing and saying really ugly things to each other. And do you know what they were arguing about? Meat, actually. One team said, "You're evil if you eat this meat." And the other team said, "You're dumb if you don't eat the meat." Think of it this way. If I handed you a delicious slice of pizza, how would you eat it? Would you start at the pointy end and eat up to the crust? Or would you start at the crust and eat your way down? Maybe you like to dip your crust in ranch. Gross. Or maybe you do it the right way like me and you start by eating the sides and then a little bit on the bottom and then a little more on the sides so that you have the perfect mixture of crust and toppings throughout the whole piece. But the point is, people eat pizza different ways, and they all think that their way is right. But God is saying that even though I think eating the sides first is the best way, I still have to be nice to people that eat their pizza in a different way. Even the ranch dippers. Because when it comes down to it, there isn't a law that says how you have to eat your pizza. Instead of focusing on how we eat the pizza, we should focus on the fact that we all love to eat it in our own way. And following God is similar. People can follow God's word and do what's right in different ways. And it's our job to love them even when they're different. So, write these words on your heart this week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.